Alright, let's now do a gameplay run-through of Oceans. Alright, so this is the player aid card over here, and it's with every board game, so I just took a picture of it and put it up here so you can see what you do on a turn, which I know what to do without it, but for new people, here we go. Playing card. Before the Cambrian explosion, so which is the start of the game. The Cambrian explosion, as I mentioned, happens when all these fish are taken out of here. You play one surface card. So, my one surface card is going to be from my deck, from my hand, obviously. And what I can do with that is either evolve it, which is play a trait on a new or existing species. So I could make a new species and play a trait. Or if I already had this out, I could put a second card on there. And that would be my one card per turn. Or what you could also do is migrate, which I didn't mention before. But what you do is at the bottom left of each card, this has a 5, this has 11. With these wavy line symbols, this is the migrate symbol. So whatever number it is, let's say I want to migrate, I take this card and discard it. I could take 5 from the ocean and put it into the reef. Why that's important is A, it could get you to the Cambrian explosion faster, or B, when this reef is gone, your forage card, 5, he can't forage from the ocean. He can only forage from here. So if there's no fish here, he won't be able to eat. So that's why you might want to migrate. So right now, obviously, it's full, and I want to get points, so I'm going to play a card. I'm not going to migrate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this tentacled card. May feed one additional time. So when I feed later, it has an inherent 1 forage in it and an inherent 1 attack. So I can attack once, and I could attack, there's nothing to attack. So I could forage once, like normal, and then may feed 1 additional time. So I'll do it again. So obviously after I played the card, that was my step 1. Now my step 2, choose one of your species to feed, which I did. Now we age. So even if I had 10 more species, you can only feed once. Choose one of your species to feed. So I chose my 1 to feed. Now we're automatically in the aging phase. So before the Cambrian explosion, which is now, because the fish didn't come out, I age once. I score 1 population from each of my species. So I only have 1 species right now. I take 1 point, and this now stays as 1. So next turn, when it comes around, and I could play a new species card on my next turn, and I could feed him, because I know that this guy still already has 1 food here. So once we get to the aging phase again, he'll be able to eat. Once we get to this aging phase, so let's say a whole other turn went by now, and I had this. I would age, I would take this fish and put it in, and because this doesn't have any, he would die. So you need to make sure that that happens as little as possible in this game. So whatever, I'll just keep, no, whatever. I'll just put another fish back out to represent. Alright, so now we're in the step 4, discard and draw. I could choose to take a deep card. Even though I can't play it till the Cambrian explosion, I can still take it now if I read it and liked it. Or I could go back up to 6. So I can either take 1 right now to make 6, or I can discard cards that I don't like. 1, 2, and I can go back up to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my turn. So now we're on Liz. She goes. She does play step 1, playing cards. Play 1 surface card. So Liz is going to play the big filter feeder. She's got this red X, so she 100% cannot take my food. She has to take 5 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just be neat. There we go. 5. Now she's on step 2, feeding. Oh, just kidding. We did that already. Oh, where'd it go? 5. Alright, now she's on the aging. Before the Cambrian explosion, score 1 population for each species. She only has 1. She doesn't have a bag because I don't see her point of view in this game like I had a bag, but she would have a bag in her own point of view screen. So she puts the 1 food in the bag. So now she has 4 left. So she can obviously get a new species on a future turn because she knows this guy will be safe in the aging phase for a while. So now she's on her discard and draw phase. Just for fun, you know, why not? She wants to take one of these deep cards over here. Before your feeding phase, leeches 1 from each species with the green sign. So, she takes this one because she thinks that later on someone's going to be, most likely Simon, because Simon is a very mean guy, that he's going to go with a Predator card and start attacking Liz. And Predator cards have this green sign that says they can't forge. So Liz is preparing to steal, to leech from Simon's cards. Alright, so now, yeah, so she's back up to 6. So now Simon goes. Playing cards. Simon is going to... he's going to play this transparent card. Let me move these up a bit. So, may not be attacked or leeched if there's population in the reef. So right now there's population here. So Simon basically just gave himself a defense similar to this +4 defense. But that as long as there's food in here, no one can attack him. He's got the inherent +1 green and +1 red. So he's going to choose, for his feeding phase, to attack 1 from Liz. So now even though he attacked, well, never mind, because this card isn't even being played, but if this card was being played on Liz's board, it doesn't have the green symbol even though it attacked, so this wouldn't do anything for that. So Simon did his 1 attack. Now we're going to age. Take the 1 fish, put it there, but now he's in danger. He's got nothing left on his board. So next turn, he's most likely going to need to play some kind of gains card to protect 2 species, or he could just build on it and make a super species. Alright, so he aged. Let's see, he doesn't like, here he has 1 transparent card, so he doesn't want another one. So now he's going to take 2 from the deck. Alright, back to me. I am going to... what am I gonna do? Alright. So I'm gonna put in this card on the same species. I'm not gonna make a new one, I'm gonna put it in here. So aging +1. So right now, when I get to the aging phase, I'm gonna do the normal age and +1 for the schooling. And then if we were in the Cambrian explosion, I would have done +1 for that. So I would get to age 3 times for this 1 species, if that were the case. But right now I only get to do 2. So, tentacled. Mayfeet, it's got a green, 1 green, and 1 red. So I'm going to do my 1 red, steal from Liz, and I may feed 1 additional time. I'll take from here. So now the feeding is over, and we're in the aging. I do the 1 regular score. And now because I have the schooling, I get to do another one. So right now I'm winning. I got 4 points. Discard and draw. So, I'll do an example over here. So what you actually do is, before when I took the deep card it was showing, I just took 1 here. But if you don't like what's showing, you can look at 3. See which one you like. So I'll just take this one for fun. I'm not even going to read it. And then you put these 2 over it. So now the next person that goes chooses from these 2. Or the same thing I just did with 3 choices of a blind one. So then Liz would go. Let's see. Playing a card. She would play... She can't play this because we're not in the Cambrian explosion. So she's going to play... Alright, so she's going to play for fun, this bottom feeder. So let's move these out of the way so we don't get distracted. So she can only feed one of these two species. So since this one has food, she's going to just choose to do this one. Gains 2, yes, after the species to the right is attacked. So, the species to the right is her own. It doesn't just work for the other players. So if she didn't, blah, 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 you could place this wherever you wanted. So actually, I'm going to place it over here because you have permission in the game to place it any side you want. So right now, the species to the right is this one. So I'm going to choose my inherent 1 red, 1 green. I'm going to attack this one. Gains 2 after the species to the right is attacked. Gains is over here from the oceans. 1, 2. Alright, that was the feeding phase. Now we go down to the aging. You take 1 from each board. Now Liz just got 2 points. And now she has 3 total. She's got to go back up to 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, what is Simon going to do? Simon is going to... Alright, so Simon's going to make a new species. This one is symbiotic. Gains 1 after the species to the left forages or attacks. So, we already know that this guy's got the ability to both forage or attack. So, let's just, let's forage for now. Let's be nice to Liz. We take the 1 there. And now this guy gains 1 because the species to the left foraged. So, you gain 1. Now we go to the aging phase. 1 from each species. So now Simon just gained 2 points. But now Simon has 2 species that have 0 food. So on his next turn, he needs to make sure again, which I'm sure it will because he can do the exact same thing. He feeds from this guy, then this guy a leech. But if he ends up playing another card, he's going to have to make sure that somehow all 3 are able to eat in that one turn. And that is basically the game.